the most valuable sports team in the world. Dallas Cowboys is worth $8 billion? Let's find out. Oftentimes, when we're watching any sports, our thoughts tend to wander off, and we start to think about which teams are the most valuable in the world. For today's video, we are going to be talking about the most valuable teams in the world. So without further ado, let's dive right in. 13. Las Vegas Raiders, $5.1 billion. The first team on our list belongs to the NFL, Las Vegas Raiders. It is owned by Mark Davis. Although the Raiders jumped ship from Oakland to Las Vegas, they still have one of the most active fandoms in all of the sports. The Davis family has owned the Raiders for a long time. They purchased it back in 1966 for $180,000. They have been playing in Las Vegas since 2020. 12. San Francisco 49ers, $5.2 billion. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers. They didn't get to see as much growth from 2020 to 2021 as many of the other teams in the league did, and they have a low operating income. But the San Francisco football team remains one of the most valuable teams in the NFL and sports in general. As they ride a wave of constant success, they remain very profitable. They're owned by Denise DeBartolo York and John York. 11. Los Angeles Lakers, $5.5 billion. The next team on our list is the purple and gold, Los Angeles Lakers. They're one of the best sports brands ever, but in 2012, the team signed a $4 billion, 20-year deal with Time Warner. This means that regardless of the trouble that they currently are in, they won't be losing any value or even growing at a much slower rate anytime soon. They're owned by Jerry Buss Family Trusts and Philip Anschutz. 10. Washington Commanders, $5.6 billion. Next up on our list is the Washington Commanders, owned by Daniel Snyder. They don't have a great reputation as of late, but the recent acquisition of Carson Wentz could do something to change that. Their rebuild period could be coming to the end, but despite it, from 2016 to 2020, their value has increased by 23%. 8. Golden State Warriors, $5.6 billion. For our next team, we have Golden State Warriors. From 2016 to 2020, this team had a growth of 147% in value, one of the highest among the top 50 most valuable sports teams in the world. This is mainly due to their championship success in that period, and it made them the second most valuable team in the NBA, above even the great brand that is the Los Angeles Lakers. They're owned by Joe Lacob and Peter Gruber. 7. Chicago Bears, $5.8 billion. Next up, we have Chicago Bears, who play in the NFL. An unbelievable stat about the Chicago Bears when it comes to their value is that just over 100 years ago, in 1920, they were purchased by George Hollis for just $100. That's the equivalent of around $1,418, which is around a 249 million% increase in value. They're owned by the McCaskey family. 6. New York Knicks, $5.8 billion. The next team on our list is New York Knicks. They have been the most valuable team in the NBA for the best part of a decade. Through all of their struggles as a team, they remain beloved amongst New Yorkers. They took the spot as the most valuable NBA team from the Lakers when they signed an incredibly lucrative cable deal. They're owned by Madison Square Garden Sports. 5. New York Giants, $6.0 billion. Next up, we have New York Giants, who play in the NFL. Although they haven't had a great run recently, the New York Giants' history and the simple fact that they're a New York team puts them high up on our list here. They're owned by John Mara and Stephen Tisch. 4. New York Yankees, $6.0 billion. The next team on our list is another team from New York, the New York Yankees. They play in the MLB. Even if you don't know anything about baseball, you'd still know the New York Yankees and recognize their world-famous logo that is often seen on fitted caps and snapbacks. Their branding alone makes it no surprise that they're the only MLB team worth over $4.1 billion at a whopping $6.0 billion. This team has not played since the last championship, which was nearly 15 years ago. They're owned by the Steinbrenner family. Anyway, this wraps up our video for today. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel while you're at it.